Hi, Redaktiv here, and time for episode 26 of All One's 8. Today we are going to do some more Botania and more bees. More of everything. No, not everything, but at least those two. Botania and bees. That's everything for today. Going over to the Botania greenhouse. And I'm going to swing. I have done a lot since last time, and I thought that we would go through it, and the goal for today is to make Terrasteel, I think. I've added all of the Botania flowers to botany hops, botany pots, all the tall ones. I got them from the Elemental Craft field. The first field I made, I got all of them except for the yellow one, and I got the yellow one the second time. I made more pure daisies, so I can make a stack of living rock and a stack of living wood at the same time. Well, yeah. Last time we had the Petal Apothecary. And then I needed some mana to make runes and to enchant things, or what you call infuse things. So I made a setup with End of Flames. I can see the working area of a flower because I have it's down here in the charm position here, the mana seer monocle. So I made a couple of End of Flames. They produce mana from burning stuff. And then I added a modular rotor with a dropper and a vacuum module. And then I can add coal blocks to this one, and it will put the coal block here on the pressure plate, and then the flowers pick up the coal block and produce mana. If they don't, the vacuum module will pick them up. So I have the modular rotor running always, and I added a redstone augment and some pickup delay. The pickup delay is so that the vacuum hopper doesn't pick up the coal block before the flowers do. And the redstone augment is for the dropper and not to run. Oh, it's set to low. It means that it's working when it hasn't got a redstone signal. And if it do, it won't drop a new item. So when the pressure plate gives the module rotor a redstone signal, it won't drop a second coal block. I had to add a vacuum hopper. I'm not sure the redstone augment is needed here. I added it. I changed the range for it, so it's only one block. Because the coal block takes 6 minutes or so to be burned by the End of Flame, so if I drop a coal block, it would despawn before flowers can pick it up again. So I have the vacuum hopper picking them up until the flowers pick them up instead. So that's good. I made a lot of runes to start with. I made 32 each of the fire, air, water, and earth. I've used some of them to produce more flowers. So that was the basic startup. Now we need to take it to the next level, and that's generating more mana so we can make Terrasteel on the terrestrial agglomerated plate. So I have a setup here where I can use the Gourmaryllis. The Gourmaryllis eats food. So if I place the flowers down here, you can see they won't overlap, so I hope they won't steal food from each other. And I have a modular rotor and a hovering hourglass. So this is set to pulsed, and then it has a dropper modular to the front. So each time the hourglass is giving the modular rotor a pulse, it will drop a food item here. And the Gourmaryllis will eat it, and when it's done eating the food, it will put all the mana into the mana spreader and into the mana pool. Couple of problems. I need the hovering hourglass because the flower needs to eat the whole food before you give it a new one. It will accept the new food, but it won't generate any mana. So one food, done, new food, and so on. And to get more mana, you need to give it different foods. So I'm going to use the ordered sorter from Elemental Craft. Elemental Craft again. Because this one puts in one item of each in the chest, or what I specify here. So the dropper will drop one of each food type, and then it circles through. And I made 8 foods for the Gourmaryllis. I have tried to sort out the foods that are quite easy to make, that I can use the botany pots to generate ingredients for, and they are all 5 shanks. 1 second per shank, so it means that the Gourmaryllis would take 5 seconds to eat these foods, and I put the hopper on 6 seconds, so to be on the safe side. Another problem is to get the mana spreader to be fast enough to empty the flower before it generates more mana. And to do so, the mana spreader needs to be next to the mana pool. So, and I added a potency lens. The potency lens makes it so it deposits more mana per mana burst. And because it's next to the mana pool, it's going to be a little bit slower and it's going to lose mana over a distance, but when it's no distance and it's right next to the mana pool, you don't see the weakness of it. So we're going to test it. I haven't tested it live yet, so I'm going to give it 8 of each food to see how much of the mana pool I will fill up. So let's do something like this. So now I have 8 food. I also wrote in which order I am going to make the food and so on. So first, let's add the avocado toast, and then the peanut butter and jam. After that, I will give it a hamburger and the sushi. And then onto the salads. First, we have the cucumber salad. Where is that one? That's the cucumber salad. And then I will give it the leafy or the leafy first and the veggies and after that. So the leafy first and then the veggie. And we finish everything with a nice plate of spaghetti squash. Like that. So if I add all of them, wait for hourglass. There we have the first drop. I can turn up. That's not twig. And we see that the spreader will empty it before it deposits more mana. It's going to get more mana when you're giving it more different food in a row. I think this will work great. It looks like it can keep up. I don't need to add more sand to the hourglass. Let's see, we got a little bit of mana. So that will work. I've added a few more of the botany pots. I got some kale, squash, olives, cucumber, lettuce, spinach, some glow lichen and glowberries, flax, a couple of types. You can't add the silent gear to the botany pot. That's too bad. I discovered that before. And we got the netherwood sapling. That's for getting the banana. And then we got some wheat over here now because we need a lot of wheat. A lot of the foods are based on wheat. And I've added another over here. We got some peanuts and chili, rice. We got the tea and grape. I've used the grape for the jam. And I got a different kind of flax over here. We got some carrots, the netherwort, and so on. Okay, we almost got fourth of a pool, and we got a lot of food left. Then I will transport the mana from the pools over to the terrestrial using sparks. I haven't done much else around here. The field from Elemental Craft is fully stocked with flowers. But I don't need them at the moment. Why is there sand in the tree, Enderman? I haven't done anything more over here. I haven't added any graves or anything, but I'm going to take a look. Can I pray with the Ankh? No, it's still 4 minutes. The werewolf are still in their cages. They haven't glitched out, and that is good. I have a skeleton over there. I don't want to say hello to that one. No more seeds. Everything is working and generating seeds. I moved all the portals or the warp plates down into a portal room. Let's go and see if it's eaten all the food soon. Oh, I've been to the Twilight Forest and back. So it's still eating, and now it's more than a quarter of a mana pool. Okay. It would be nice if 8 of each would give me half a mana pool. Then I can fill it with 16. That would be nice. Oh, and I've got some spore blossoms. I planted spore blossom in a botany pot and I got some. I wanted a particle nice effect in here. Maybe I would like to add some bees to this place too, so we have, or some other nice animal. The twilight forest got some. Maybe we can use them. Okay, almost half one, and we got a set of each left. One Terrasteel needs half a mana pool, I guess. So doing this will give me enough for 8 of each food. Will give me half a mana pool or a little bit more, it looks like. So good. I will add 16 to the other one. And we will fill that one up. And we can go and take a look at the bees in the meantime. Something like that. This one is set up in the same way. I hope I've set that one up correctly. I'm not sure. I don't want to press the middle button because it's reorganize everything in here. So the toast first, then the peanut, then the hamburger, then the sushi. Oh, I added it. I thought that I have missed the cucumber salad because I right-clicked a little bit too high, but I didn't. So then let's add everything. And it doesn't do anything at all. Because we need to make it go into the front. And it rearranged everything. Well. We can add 8 to the first one too. Making the food don't take that long. I chosen foods that don't need a lot of preparation. I've changed foods a couple of times. I added a furnace over here, a new aluminium furnace, and using the augment factory to make it run on power. But I've changed recipe, so I don't think I will need that one anymore. The avocado toast is just avocado and bread. This one is peanut and jam and bread. and you make the peanut butter and the jam just using items like that. This one is rice, fish, and seagrass, and these are just vegetables and a bowl. The Gourmaryllis eat the bowls too. The hamburger is non-cooked beef. I get that from the mine colony, and I get the bread using dough from Farmer's Delight, and I use egg. That's the easiest way to get dough. And the spaghetti squash is just some vegetables and some olive oil, and that's just some olives. So easy to make recipes. I think I would like to add a chest over here. I will add it here with all the foods. Oh, bugger. I think I picked up one. That wasn't the best, but we add it back. Now I picked up another one. Be aware of that. Don't go too close to the dropper. By the way, that's everything. Here we're going over to the bees. So go on to the portal room. It's next to the power room. We got the waystone. We got the portal room. We got the Santa Maria. That's on top of the ship. That's one's still there. I also got one in the Twilight Forest. And the beehive is over here. I made some changes to the beehive. I've added some armor. This is a protection from radioactivity. Just for the looks of it, I added some flowers and some benches, and I added the bees to the supplementary sacks because it's a little bit easier to find them. You can't search for the bee cages or anything. So I got mainly breeding bees in the first that you get from nests, and then I get the bees that I've created. I have all these in bee cage because I only use them for breeding. When I'm going to use them some other place, I put them in a sturdy bee cage, so I get the bee cage back. I'm going to use the QB later. I made a couple of stations. The first station is for breeding, so I have 3 breeding chambers, and I have some bees in them. And I got a extra space, so I added one hopper botany pots so I can get some flowers. And I got the centrifuge. Got 2 powered centrifuges. And in here, all the combs come this way. Dump, 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 dump. And end up in here. Wonder if something is broken because it's not working that fast. No, it's working, but it's slow. No, that's not the way it's supposed to look. Is that this one full? Oh, okay. That was happened. I need to empty it. I'm going to add ender chest to this place. I didn't think it would fill up so fast, but it did. Okay. we're getting a lot of wax. I'm not sure if the wax is on the first page, but it will soon be. Oh, that was the wrong button again. I'm not good at this. I'm just well, stupid. So what I'm trying to make, I'm making olymodium, unobtainium, and vibranium. We're making all of the crystals from elemental craft, and we are getting pure inert crystals or chunks. I'm not sure why. It gives me that instead of just inert crystal, but it does. I'm getting some dark gems, and I'm also getting crushed dark gems, it looks like. Getting some redstone, getting plastic sheets. And I can use that in industrial foregoing. I've tried to add bees that I don't get the materials from in a other way. So in this setup, I got all the ordinary bees to get the honeycombs and the honey bottles. I have 1,500 honeycombs and 295 honey bottles. I think, yeah, I got some empty bottles still in there. Here I got my quarry bees. And I got some rocky stone, dacite, rooted dirt, and clay. And all of these get put into the refined storage system right away. Here I got the 5 elemental craft bees, redstone, and over here I'm adding bees. So I got the plastic and the dark gem one. I'm going to add more bees to those, and they are putting the combs into the systems. On the other side, I got all the modium on, so I got the olymodium, vibranium, and unobtainium. I don't have that much vibranium because everything I get, I make blocks to fill the last space here. Let's see how much. We maybe have to empty the chest first. Ooh, I get plastic, fantastic. And now I made an error because I added mana steel things, but we can take them back later on. Let's see. Vibranium. Oh, I got 2 blocks. So we can add them. And then I just. Oh, that's the last 2 blocks. Now I have blocks in all the right places. The olymodium bees are nocturnal for some reason. These are 2, but the vibranium ones are working during the day. Sorry. I'm going to add a few more bees. I'm going to add some iron bees down here, I think, and so on. But this is the bee setup. This is just a golden fig pot. Doesn't contain anything, and these 2 are empty. I'm not sure. I'm going to start to tinkle with the genes of the bees, but if I do, I will add a couple of stations for that too, I think. that's where I am with the bees at the moment. I'm trying to get as many bees types that I can. Some I have to fish for, and some I need to go to desert, no jungle to find, and so on. Some I need to make spawn eggs for, but I'm getting the ones that I can breed at the moment. Just it's relaxing, running around here and breeding bees and listen to music, having a nice time. Back to Botania. Botania. I'm not sure this one is chunk loaded. Oh, well, eaten something. How much mana do we have in here? We have over, and that's not half pool. Well, let's make some terrasteel. I made a terrestrial agglomeration plate, and it's living rock, block of lapis, living rock, and under the plate it's living rock. I got the sparks, so I hope when I threw stuff on here it will receive sparks from the pools. I'm not sure, we will see. And to make terrasteel I need some mana steel, some mana diamonds, and some mana pearls. And then we throw them onto the plate. And yeah, the sparks works. Emptying it very fast. Yeah. It's pulling it. And we got our first terrasteel, yeah! And we got some new chapters unlocked. So I put all my books in a backpack. Here we have the Lexia Botania. Got some functional portal to Alpine. That was the one I wanted to take a look at. To make a portal to Alpine we need some glimmering, or maybe just some living wood, and some terrasteel nuggets, and we need some nuggets and a mana pylon. Mana pylon is mana steel, mana diamond, gold. That's not that expensive. Then we need to make the portal and giving it some mana. Okay, that will be a good next episode. So we have come from nowhere to generating terrasteel using Botania. I like the spore blossoms. Well, that's everything for today, I think. Have a nice day. Take care, and we see you in the next episode. Bye.